You're watching the RWL YouTube channel.
Alright fans, well after a brief intermission, we are back for the second half of tonight's RWL Rage in Fairfax, Virginia. Don, Myron, and Christy here with all the action on the second hour. 5 spectacular matches on tap, and Myron, some of these are really outstanding. I know, right? I mean, I'm telling you, I don't like to toot my own horn, and I usually don't. But this year is going to be out of this world.
I toot a pretty mean horn myself, so let me do it for you, Myron Honey. Between Rage and Snarl, I think the first couple of weeks this year have been off the chain.
I couldn't agree with Christy more, Myron. And now we're going to start off the second half with another shining example of your handiwork in a battle of Lady Amazons. With Asia Kong returning after a long absence, set to face the Women's International Champion Dione the Titaness. Madam Snoo Snoo.
Welcome back. Our second half opening non-title contest, one fall, with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Japan, weighing 320 pounds, Asia Kong.
Myron, it's been about 11 months since we last saw Asia Kong compete for the Women's Gulf Coast Championship against Patty Powers, a match she obviously lost. Where has she been for 11 months?
I guess you could say she's been on sabbatical. She simply hasn't competed. It's as plain and simple as that. But she's back now, and in line up with my new philosophy, I thought her in a match with Madam Snoo Snoo again.
You know they can't stand each other.
I know.
So I would imagine you didn't have any problem getting Kong to sign.
Obviously not.
Her opponent from Milan, Italy, weighing 265 pounds, the RWL Women's International Champion, Dione, the Titaness.
Okay, fans, this was before we were big on YouTube, but just blowing up on Facebook, okay? 2012, and Asia Kong was thrown off a stage by Dione, 15 or 20 feet to the floor below, pretty much destroying Kong's run at the time. She didn't come back for like 6 years. She and Dione will probably have beef forever, end of story.
The only difference being is that now Dione the Titaness is Women's International Champion once more, and Asia Kong might have designs on that belt, based on her hatred for Dione the Titaness.
It's gonna be an even match, though. This isn't some cruiserweight gal Dione can just ragdoll all over the place.
And that's why I booked it. Every time these two get together, it's explosive.
A battle of ladies division Amazons, it does not get much better than this. Referee Tom Kanamura sounds the bell. Asia Kong runs right into Dione, gets knocked right down, followed up with a leg drop and a stomp right to the face. The Italian Testarossa, almost impenetrable. A dragon screw from Asia Kong. Takes a run and rebounds off the ropes, and a crushing splash to the Titaness. Asia Kong goes for it a second time. And I'm pretty sure by now Dione's had the wind knocked out of her. There's a kick to the head from Asia Kong. And a knee to the skull. Asia Kong misses her stomp. Dione tags her with a right. The Titaness rounds up Asia Kong in a front cradle, slams her into the turnbuckle, hurls her out towards center ring. Dione with Asia Kong down on the canvas, now really beginning to go to work. The Women's International Champion, always in action and always competing in some of the wildest matches. Recently injured Timeless Toni Storm in her previous matchup. A double axe handle from Asia Kong, finally putting Dione down on the canvas. She misses with the knee to the side of the head. Dione grabs a hold of her and lays in a set of short wrist clutch clotheslines, goes behind on her, and a kick right to the face. Asia Kong counters quickly back up to a standing position, gets a hold of Dione, deadlifts her. The Titaness rounded way in the middle of the air by Asia Kong. And a display of power and slammed right down to the canvas. Asia Kong quickly regaining control of things here as these two fairly even match. A stomp to the back from Asia Kong. Kong gathers up Dione. Carries her up in her front cradle and retaliates by slamming her into the turnbuckle and hurling her center ring. Asia Kong all the way up on the top turnbuckle. Dione making her way to a standing position. Asia Kong waits for it, and her shoulder tackle takes Dione right back down to the mat again. A stomp to the leg from Asia Kong, who is now firmly in control of the situation. Dione the Titaness quickly losing her advantage here. Asia Kong rounds her up for a bear hug, but no good. A set of hard right hands makes the argument with some degree of validity. Asia Kong whipped to the ropes. A collision. Asia Kong taken down by Dione. Both ladies rolled to the outside. Dione again repeating the move. Short wrist clutch clotheslines. Goes behind, and another wicked kick to the face to Asia Kong. Asia Kong counters quickly back up on her feet on the outside. Referee Tom Kanamura continuing to count a quick splash to Dione, and she's taken several of those already. Asia Kong rounds her up but catches an enziguri. A foot right to the side of the head of Asia Kong. Dione goes behind. German release suplex on Asia Kong. Asia Kong counters with a shot to the midsection. These two, what a matchup, Myron. I knew it was going to go good. From a fireman's carry into a Samoan drop from Asia Kong to Dione the Titaness. Dione rolled back inside the ring by Asia Kong, who again makes her way to the top turnbuckle. Here she comes, an elbow right across the back of Dione. Dione, gathered up by Asia Kong, quickly countered into a back body drop. The Italian Testarossa not being fooled by that one. Asia Kong rounds her up on the outside, a rib breaker, as the referee engages the count. Asia Kong rolling Dione back inside. They lock up. Dione with the upper hand whips her into the corner, and there's a shoulder right into the midsection of Asia Kong. She gets her by the ankles, alley-oops her out of the corner. And just like that, oh, look at this, a quick counter and a quick pin from Asia Kong. 1, 2, but no. Dione powering out. Asia Kong going right back to work, trying to maintain the advantage she's got at the present time. Dione quickly rolls back up to a standing position, charges. There's a clothesline, putting Asia Kong in the far right corner. Asia Kong grabbed by the ankles again. Another alley-oop assist out of the corner from Dione the Titaness. Asia Kong rolls to the outside. Dione with some pretty bad intentions. She's warming up the bus for sure. Here she comes over the top rope, and whoa! A face full of butt. And now, persistent stamping from Dione. Asia Kong runs into her, into the ring post again, into the barricade again. Asia Kong just being bounced all over the place like a pinball. Dione the Titaness suddenly regaining control of this matchup again with an opponent who is definitely a fairly even match. Asia Kong has given Dione the Titaness quite a battle so far. Dione with an elbow to the face of Kong, scoop slams her. Asia Kong rounded up again. Dione with a clubbing overhead right takes her down to one knee. The Italian Testarossa opens up with a right, a chop, sets it up. There's a blow right to the chest of Asia Kong. Asia Kong quickly back up, fails to connect with her move, winds up hitting her own head. Dione the Titaness with a hard right spins her around, goes behind. Asia Kong counters with an elbow. Dione with a double choke lift. Look at this. But Asia Kong countering it into an arm drag. What a match these two behemoths are delivering here tonight. Fall away slam from Asia Kong to Dione the Titaness. Dione. Back inside the ring again, courtesy of Asia Kong. Laid out center ring. And Asia Kong, with the spinning back fist, down goes Dione the Titaness. She is in big time trouble. Asia Kong rounds her up for the military press, but Dione quickly counters a clothesline, takes down Asia Kong to the canvas. Dione the Titaness stalking Asia Kong, a kick to the midsection. Dione sets up the pump handle and into a sit-out powerbomb with a beautiful pin. 1, 2. Again, no. That should have been the end of the match, and it would have been with any other human being besides Asia Kong. Asia Kong, rounded up by Dione, hung up into the tree of woe. And that's not a good situation. She quickly counters with a kick to the head, back to a standing position, misses the jumping neckbreaker, catches a kick to the chest from Dione. Quickly shoves her away, back up to a standing position is Asia Kong, locks up with Dione the Titaness, has her up in a front cradle, and another fall-away slam to Dione the Titaness. The Italian Testarossa counters with a double ear clap, swings, spins her around with the right, rounds her up over the shoulders for an electric chair drop, but Asia Kong with an amazing counter. With an inverted Frankensteiner. A dragon screw from Dione the Titaness. Dione takes herself to the top turnbuckle. Here she goes, elbow right across the chest of Asia Kong. Here's a pin with a hook of the leg. 1, 2. And that is going to do it. Dione the Titaness picking up the win over Asia Kong by pinfall. Let's get the official time from Aria Mitchell.
Here's the time, 8 minutes and 21 seconds. Here's your winner, Dione the Titaness.
Well, there you have it. Madam Snoo Snoo does it again. And I gotta be brutally honest. She's pretty much got Asia Kong's number. I don't think Asia Kong can beat her. Plain and simple. Certainly doesn't look that way. Dione the Titaness giving Asia Kong quite the battle here. We'll be right back with more RWL Rage in just a moment.